6:36. Awake with Jake. It's a Saturday morning. Bob in Chicago. Bob, what can I do for you? You're on 89 WLS.
Good morning, my man. Wake with Jake.
Yeah, you should be happy the Sox won last night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think they're going to have a very good year. Before I get on to my other topics, though, what's goofier? Now, that's the only word I could come up with. What's goofier? A team that's playing real good baseball, winning 2.5 games out of first place, and draws 20,000, or a team that couldn't beat the Little Sisters of the Poor and draws 35,000.
And if you put a gun to my head and had me and said, Jake, I want you to name 6 of the starters on the Cubs team, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, then I think you answered your own. You answered my question.
Yeah.
You know, that's well. I have a way to solve the White Sox attendance problems, but that's a whole other phone call. I could solve it real easy, though. In 2 or 3 weeks, the Obamacare decision is going to come down.
Yes. On the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's the Supreme Court. Now, you know, obviously I'm not a constitutional scholar, but I don't think you have to be a Harvard graduate. Of course, that might hurt your decision-making skills. But anyways, there's nowhere in the Constitution, nowhere, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that says that we owe everybody in the United States of America health care. It's just not in there. It's not even implied in there. And you asked about, you know, this country and what's going to be happening and how we can correct things. What we got to do, in my view, is we have to go back in order to go forward again. We have to go back to what the Founding Fathers did with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You just can't make up this stuff as a goal. You know, you're hearing the left say, well, the Constitution, it's flexible. It's, you know, it goes back.
It's a living, breathing thing. But you know what? Yeah. The big thing in this Obamacare is the making you buy something from a private company.
You can't do it. There's nothing. Do you actually think, Ruth, that the Founding Fathers would sit there in Philadelphia, you know, in 100-degree heat, and come up with a document that you would have to buy something from the federal government when that's what they were fighting for in the first place, is to get away from that?
You can make the argument, you know, that the federal government, our tax dollars invested in GM, they still owe us $51 billion, I believe the number is.
Yeah,
so you can make the argument. The government then can come in and say, you know what, Americans, you need to buy cars from GM because we need to get that $51 billion paid back.
And there's nothing in there that says we're supposed to give these Solyndras money and all this other nonsense. You have to buy these light bulbs that, you know, my brother, he buys these light bulbs now. He's on the opposite end of the political spectrum when it comes to him and myself, but he says he buys them, they go out. They don't work.
They're supposed to last 25 years.
Yeah, okay, 25 years. I think maybe 25 minutes is the best way to do it. So, you always joke around with me, Jake, and, you ask how many more days left. It's 144 days left. And I'll tell you that, I'll leave you with this. I used to fly my American flag every day after 9/11. Out there every day. Now, I put it out there for July 4th and holidays like what's coming up. Hopefully, on November 7th, I can start flying that flag all over again. Have a nice day.
Take care, Bob. I think you know which way he's going.